What's up, gang? It's your girl, Sherelle Renae.
And it's your girl, Ashley.
And this is the Bear With Me podcast.
A podcast for constant evolution.
Where we do the soul work, soul search, and soul therapy. Allah. And you guys already know what it is. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Definitely
Please subscribe
to our YouTube. We are going to be doing a giveaway once again.
Yes,
so make sure you guys are hitting that bell and you guys are notified when we go live.
Yes.
And when we drop an episode. Also, just briefly get into some news. We are going to be changing the times for our episode drops.
Absolutely.
So they will, moving forward, be at 8 o'clock. We're going to do 8 o'clock?
Yes, 8 o'clock.
8
p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Just trying to make sure that we get it to where we're not busy. We're able to sit in and watch the live episodes with y'all and just give people an opportunity to be able to like be home and be settled down to watch it. So we're going to change the time. So just wanted to let y'all know that.
Absolutely. Especially with the episodes. And then with the lives, you know, we're just pushing more towards 9 p.m.
Right.
Hopefully, like I said, we're still trying to work out some kinks when it comes to going live on YouTube. So again, bear with us because we have not been able to do that. But, you know, y'all, we all about truth. So we just keeping it a buck with y'all, letting y'all know, like, what's really going on. So, just bear with us. We're going to figure it out.
Trial and error. We're just trying to figure out what works better for, like, viewers, algorithm, things like that. So,
So y'all be on the lookout for that. And today, you know, first of all, it's been an eventful week.
Right.
Let me just say, it's been an eventful, interesting, eye-opening, and just long week, I would say, and I think I could speak for me and Ashley, honestly. But we're here.
Yeah. It's definitely been a long week. It's been a lot of different patience being tested.
Yes, Lord.
And I've been having to get myself together every other day because I just feel like, you know, trouble comes in threes. Like, I can't never just have one issue. It's got to be at least three at one time. And I feel like this week has been very trying for me, at least.
Yeah.
Oof. And we had, you know, all the intentions on like having a specific topic.
Yeah, we did.
And catering to that. But, you know, just even getting here today, we're like, listen, at the end of the day, you know, we're trying to do the soul work, the soul therapy. And so we got to make sure that when we come on here that we are in the right space or, you know, we are being very truthful about, you know,
where we are
outside experiences and what's going on too, because we are people just like y'all. And so we go through shit outside of here, you know, before we get here, after we leave here.
Yeah.
And so that's just what it is. And we just kind of, we hang in today. We just gonna like just let it flow because, and just to add to what Ashley was saying, like, because we don't never anticipate or the point of the podcast is never to dump or you know any of that when it comes to what we're trying to build here. But again, like she said, we are people. We go through our own stuff in life. Things do affect our mood. Things do affect how we live, you know, and what we do. So we just want to be ourselves as well, you know, and we have been ourselves. Yeah. I think just, you know, just trying to keep the momentum of us coming on here, having a specific goal for that day. Right. Today, it's like, no, there is no goal. Today is just a free form of conversation and feelings and how we feel. And we pretty much know, like, everybody, we all go through different things. We all, you know, and y'all may feel what we feel, because what I've been noticing, and especially just in conversation with, you know, friends and family or just people I know, like,
it's something in the atmosphere right now.
Right.
And a lot of people is going through different things right now.
Right.
And different emotions, different whatever. And with that being said, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, we're feeling the effects of it as well in our personal lives. And so what we don't want to do is come on here and never not be ourselves. If we feel a way, we gonna say it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, it's just to show y'all that we are human. We don't have the answer. That's what this is for.
Right.
You know what I mean? But again, we're not here to trauma dump. We're not here to dump. We're just here to be ourselves. We're just here to express what life is teaching us right now. We're here to express our emotions, but also come up with some game plan, come up with, like, help each other figure it out.
Right.
And so sometimes that's what it's really about. So we just wanted to make that disclaimer really quick because we didn't want it to be one of those things where it's like, you know.
And who cares anyway? Hell, who cares?
Have to move. Like, you know.
Who cares if you think it's one of them things today? Who cares if you think we dump it today? Okay, goddamn it. She
Like,
trying to put it in a nice way. Who cares? I don't give a damn. Shit.
No, but for real, but that's how we're feeling. Like, that's literally how we're feeling. And I think people who's honest with themselves, they'll appreciate us being real. You know what I mean? They'll appreciate us just listen, because we're not feeling a lot right now.
Right.
Let's get into it.
And so that leads me right into this because, you know, it's always, okay, well, you know, what are you learning right now? What is life teaching you? What is, you know, like, what's the goal of yours? You know, but if I could be 100% honest, my question would be, what are you struggling with this week?
Yes.
Like, what are you struggling with? You know, let's talk
Yes.
about it because people, you know, like, even with platforms or podcasts or, you know, any type of platform where they're vocal, a lot of time people feel like, you know, it has to be full of positivity all the time. It has to be...
or having all the answers.
Yeah, you got to have the answers and everything like that.
No.
And it's like, no, today I'm struggling with stuff. You know, this week I'm struggling with stuff. So, like, what is something that you're struggling with right now?
Right now. So I think for me right now, what I'm struggling with is just transitioning. Right? It's so easy to sit here and say, well, I feel like, you know, I'm just in a transitional phase in my life. No, like, when I feel like this, where I'm at right now, I don't like how I feel within this transition. Even though I understand that it's not about how I feel, it's about how I'm going to go through it and grow through it. But I'm a human being. So with this transition, it's like, I don't necessarily like, you know, the things that I think I'm just kind of irritated and mad with myself because there's things that I feel like I already knew when it comes to certain people, with how they move, how they operate. I feel like there's things that I already knew. And so I think that when it comes to that, allowing myself to just kind of sit around and wait for it, you know what I'm saying? Wait for it to play out. It's just kind of like, wow, okay. I already kind of knew, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't this or whatever the case, or this person wasn't that or whatever, right? And I'm not talking about, this is, I'm not here to bash. I'm not on that. But with where I'm at is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I've just had something recently, and I said all that to say this. I've had something recently transpire which showed me who a person was that was within a circle of mine. Right. And so me seeing how this person reacted, how everything has now played out, I think I'm just more mad at myself because the sign's been there. It was already red flags. It was already stuff going on to make me already be alert with this person. But I think with how it all played out, I was still kind of taken aback with the response of, if I'm telling you how I feel about something and then you want to be the victim, and if you want to like try to manipulate the situation, I'm one you can't do that with, because I'm going to hold you accountable. You know what I mean? And so it's one of those things, like if you offend me, I'm going to let you know. Like if you offend me, it may take me some weeks. I said this in the beginning of this whole podcast, season 1, I'm that plain. So it take me some time, to get in a space where I can have a level-headed conversation without my emotions, without any real anger, right? I had to learn that about myself. So I just feel like, with this situation, I'm just at a place where it's like, yeah, I'm more irritated with myself, because it's like, you already knew, like, you know what I'm saying? Why are you?
Yeah.
It's just crazy, but that's really where I'm at. What about you?
If I'm being honest, Lord, okay. Right now, I would say that I am struggling with co-parenting. Mm-hmm. And that's a very touchy subject for a lot of people, because everybody's situation is different. Everybody has like a manual of how they feel co-parenting should go.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing with co-parenting is just even trying to get along. What people don't realize is that when you have a co-parent who is just extremely difficult all of the time, not only does it affect you, but it affects the kids. It affects how the kids view the other parent. Yeah. It affects how the kids view the step parent, the siblings involved, whatever the case may be. Because as a woman, and I'm going to speak for just a woman.
Absolutely.
And this is not to say that there are not women who are nasty, bitter, angry, rude, whatever, when it comes down to their counterpart or their co-parent. But as a woman, when you are the sole provider for your children, and you constantly deal with a co-parent who is manipulative, who downplays everything you do as a parent, and you are the sole provider for those kids, it makes it very difficult to be a stable parent for those kids. And I feel like the situation that I'm in currently, that's where it is. It's hard for me to pull myself together and still be a fully functioning parent, because behind the scenes, like, I'm dealing with unnecessary disrespect. I'm dealing with being called out my name. I'm dealing with just someone being intentionally difficult for kicks and giggles. I have someone who tells me no constantly, who doesn't reciprocate the energy that I give out when it comes down to my kids. And I feel like for me, I've been able to take self out of this situation, and the other person hasn't. I've been able to say yes when I want to say no. I've been able to not get offended. I've been able to put my kids first and their needs and their wants and desires, and I just feel like it's just not being reciprocated, and I'm to a place where I'm just tired. I've been a parent for 10 years. I've been a single parent for 7. So it's like I'm worn out, and at the end of the day, I feel like y'all got to give a lot more grace to the moms, the single moms. Y'all have to be very careful of how you tear the moms down, because at the end of the day, we can't function for ourselves and we can't function for our kids. And that's just kind of where I'm at, is just trying to still be a fully functioning adult when I'm being tormented.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I'm at. Like, I'm literally being tormented all the time. And like,
and to just put it in perspective, I guess where I can say we both are is just not having people be considerate of how things make us feel.
Right.
Not being considerate about, or having compassion, with how they move or what they say or how they react to certain things. Not giving, just for a minute, stepping outside of self. Because when you're like people like us, where, and I'm not saying that we're perfect, and I can speak for me, especially, like, even just to piggyback off of that, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not saying that I'm this like perfect person at all, but I like to think that I could be very selfless with a lot of things. Just like I feel like Ashley could be very selfless with a lot of things. But then you have people who, they don't know how to do that. Like, they don't know how to just let you first of all express yourself, because a lot of people respond to, or they listen to respond and rebuttal just just your feelings, and sometimes it's just about the fight with you. It's easy to be like, okay, well, what are you fighting for? What are they fighting for? But no, let's get down to the issue. Why is there a fight? Like, why do it have to be that? Why you just can't respect how I feel as the mother, as the friend, as the whatever? Why you can't respect me enough? Move yourself out of the way sometimes, or at least put yourself in my position. Because I feel like that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand where you could be, or they don't understand your point of view until they themselves are in your position. And that's when it's easy for, that's when they'll get it. So it's so easy for people to just kind of dismiss your feelings. And I think we talked about this even when it came to our childhood trauma episode. You know, always having to, like, you know, pretty much scream on the inside with no one to actually care or hear what you have to say. And people really don't care. I learned that this week, and that's okay. You don't have to care. But I shouldn't have to fight. I shouldn't have to argue. She shouldn't have to fight, or she shouldn't have to argue just for simple, basic respect.
Right. And
like,
I feel like
very basic.
Yeah, especially if you have kids together, it's like, you don't have to like me, that's fine.
Yeah.
But as a mother and as the primary caregiver, the one who's creating these kids that you just love so much, these brilliant, smart, intelligent, well-spoken athletes, scholars, that's all because of me.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you can't even be respectful. Like, aside from liking me, having conversations with me, that's fine. But, and that's the thing, people forget, you know, and everybody's situation is not like that, where you guys were best friends or you were friends before you guys had kids or whatever the case may be. But in my situation, it's like, we were friends. So aside from the relationship not working or whatever the case may be, like, you can't respect me enough to be like, this is a dope ass person, and you know what I mean, like, she's a good ass mom. Yeah. Because it's like, when people see me, they see my kids. So it's like, you know, I'm with my kids all the time. You know that I'm pouring into them. You know that I'm doing the best that I can with them. And so the least that I ask for is respect, and the least I ask is to work with me to make sure they're successful. But it's like, when you're in complete opposition to me all the time, it's like, these kids will grow up biased and fucked up. And it's like, you know, it's detrimental to my health, and it's detrimental to theirs. And I'm tired of, like, dealing with it. It's like, these dads will make somebody, like, just have them. Like, just have them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just have them. Because it's like, but that's the thing. And then we deal with, like, all the emotional cleanup.
Absolutely.
Like, the dad can leave. He can come and go when he want. He can say what he want. He can be halfway in and halfway out. But then it's like, we got to clean up the emotional mess that's made. And it's like, I'm a mess. And I'm trying to clean up the mess that you guys are leaving behind. And it's like, I'm trying to find the balance. I've been co-parenting for years now, and we still can't get it right. We still can't get it right.
And I sympathize with that too, because, you know, I have family that's going through that right now. You know what I mean? I watched my mom, even when it came to my younger brothers especially, but even with me and my older brother, like, you know, I just watched my mom be like this phenomenal, awesome mother who just always sacrificed, who always been there, who always whatever. And people can have their opinion about her, or they can have their opinion about whatever they think they know or whatever when it comes to, you know, let's just say her marriage at the time. When it comes to my younger brothers is what I'm saying. You know, you can have your opinion about that. Y'all weren't in the household. Y'all don't know nothing. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where it's like, I sit, even to this day, I could sit back and see how my mom has my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And she sacrificed whatever, but then the dad, they get all the praise. The dad get all, everybody think they just phenomenal. No shade, no tea, just saying, just speaking in general at this point, you know. But it's the truth. They get all the accolades. Everybody think they the world's greatest dad. You know, they get all the praise and worship. But it's really mama that's holding it together. Because if it wasn't for mama, a lot of times, majority of the time, unless you just an active hands-on father where your kids live with you and where you just really just take care of them like how mama do, a lot of times these men don't get it. Like, they don't understand, and it's so easy for them. It's so much easier for them to just kind of, and I'm not saying all, I'm just saying majority.
And I even hate the word like the co-parenting, and I just feel like just society in general has just made it so normal to like co-parent. It's like, that's not normal.
Yeah,
we're supposed to be in the house. We're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, raising kids together, and like people just made it so normal to like, oh, just co-parent. But there's a lot of things that go into co-parenting, because in order to have a fully functioning co-parenting relationship, like all of the emotions have to be out.
Yes.
You know, y'all have to have amicably put the bullshit to the side. Y'all have had to both come to common grounds, like the children are the bigger picture, and that's just not my situation. You know, no matter how many conversations we have, there's still emotions put into it. There's a lot of counterparts that played a role into why we're co-parenting. So it's like, at the end of the day, there's still a lot of emotion tied into us trying to co-parent, and that's the hardest shit, is trying to put that to the side and be like, it is strictly about the kids when you look at that person and you want to deck them in the fucking face. Yeah. That's just where I'm at with it. It's like, every time I see you, I want to fight you, because you make life so hard all the time.
Like, why? Like, why are you so difficult?
All the time.
And and a lot of people love to say how, like, it's like the difficult baby mama. Like, it's always the baby mama that's difficult, when really it's a lot of difficult dads. You know what I mean?
Baby mamas are.
Yeah. But it's a lot of difficult dads. And that's the thing, like, you know, even with that situation, because a lot of these men, what they do, you know, you be with them, whatever the relationship, for whatever reason, it don't work out. You go on with your life, whatever. They get another relationship or another marriage or whatever the case is, and they come off like they're the world's greatest father and husband and boyfriend and whatever to them. But then it's like, and especially it just depends on how you and that person ended. You know what I mean? Like, it could be unresolved issues. It could be whatever it is. That don't make it no better, because really it's just you going from one person to the next. And a lot of men do this too. Women, we do it all the time, but we're not talking about this right now. A lot of men do it where they haven't even healed themselves from their own childhood, going into their own issues, going into their last relationship with you or whatever the case, or marriage or whatever. And then they jump in these new situations, not even working towards, not even working to, not even have thought about working on themselves to be a better man for the next woman, even if it wasn't you. A lot of times they do that, and it's like, okay. And then, you know, the woman is often left. Don't get me wrong, it's women that do it too. But again, we talking about me. And this is all
do what we do.
Do what you do.
Don't do what we tell you to do. How about that?
But this is all to Ashley's point, because I see this all the time, and it's like, you know, I just feel like when it comes to we can't hold. I'm never in the business, and I don't think that what she's saying is you hold, even when it comes to the other woman, you don't hold them responsible for your kids.
Right.
Because that's not their responsibility. You hold the father to that. But if you're going to be around my kids, if you're going to be the woman in my kid's person's life, whatever the case is, you just being a woman who have kids yourself, who don't, even if you don't have kids yourself, whatever the case, but you just being a woman, you would think that some women would understand.
Right.
You would think that some women would have compassion. You would think that some women would say, would try to make it more, will try to make it easier for, because to me, I would think the other woman, everything is always easier said unless you're in the situation. I get that. But I would think if you're the woman in that situation that has the man, make it work for your household too. Because trust me, if he getting along with his baby mama,
right,
and if all is well with that, your household gonna be cool. But I promise you, as long as you're the wife, the girlfriend, or whatever that's adding to the confusion, it's only gonna cause more confusion for your household.
Exactly.
Because one thing about men, they don't like confrontation. So it's like wisdom you would think if you were wise, or if women would get wise, it's like, no, let me let you handle that. Let me step to the side because this ain't my fight. All I can do is try to bring y'all together. And that's what I don't understand about some women. It's like, where's your... But we can't blame them.
Oh, girl, that's that.
But we can't.
That's my thing. It's like, and I'm gonna speak for my situation. Since we here, you got to know your place as a woman, as a wife, as a significant other, whatever the case may be, because whatever unresolved issues that we have, or whatever issues in general that we have when we're dealing with or when we're co-parenting, when you're somebody's wife or husband and you're coming into a situation where there's already kids involved, be a Maywaker. Like, be helpful. Like, don't add to the extra stress. And most importantly, know your place. Because I think a lot of times people get into relationships with other people who have children, and they already come in with a certain agenda of how they going to fix it, how they going to shake it up, how they're going to mold it so that it works for them as well. But at the end of the day, when you overstep your boundaries, especially with me, you're causing more chaos when it comes down to our co-parenting situation. And that's just where I'm at. And I'm going to just be very black and white. Because I'm about to drop some names.
Don't even.
I'm about to drop some names. I was about to drop some names. When it comes down to me and my situation, it's like, you got to know your place as a woman. Because at the end of the day, my kids come first, and
as it should.
You can look at somebody's situation, or you can be the wife and the one up, or whatever the case may be, but you can always end up being the baby mama and the divorcee.
You better believe
so it. Be mindful of how you treat people, and be mindful of what you try to insert yourself into, and be mindful of how y'all play with people's feelings, because I'm the one struggling right now to get my mind right, get my kids right, whatever the case may be, and you the one calling the shots, pulling the strings, making life difficult. That's fine. But like I said, you can always be the divorcee.
Come on.
And you can always be the baby mama. And you can always be the one trying to get the dad to act right and do right. And y'all just got to be careful with how y'all treat these mothers, because we are essentially the foundation.
Yes.
And when we fall and we pivot, our children, like, they will lose everything. And we can't fall apart. And like, I just don't feel like we get enough grace, because it's just so easy, and it's so normal for like single moms and single parents. And it's such a normality that people just totally take the compassion for us out of the picture completely. Because it's so normal to be a single mom. Everybody's a single parent. And it's like,
and it's so easy for the other woman to always feel like they have one up on you.
Right.
It's always so easy in that case, in any case that is. And that's the thing about it. Like, and especially if you are the woman who come into a situation, whether it's kids at first or no kids or whatever the case is, when you come into a situation already disrespecting or going against just the woman code, Like,
Right.
I feel like we lack that just as women. Like, it's an unspoken woman code that we don't often speak out about. We only use it to our convenience.
Right.
But there's an unspoken woman code to where it's like, if this man was in a relationship or marriage or whatever the case, if he was already cheating on you with that person, why would you then think, I mean, you go off, you marry him or whatever, why would you don't think that's, like, I don't get it, you know, and I'm not judging. I just don't understand.
I'm judging. If you sleep with somebody who got a girlfriend, a wife, or whatever, and then you become the wife or the girlfriend, or whatever, okay with that, I'm judging you.
Yeah, that's judging. That's wild. Like, that's wild. And I think that's the thing. Like, being the other woman, whether he married her or not, whether he slept with you or not, or whatever, being the other woman, it's like, where as a woman though? And again, we're going to always blame the man because ultimately the woman don't owe you anything. Right. But as I said, there is an unspoken woman code that we all use to our advantage when it's convenient.
Right.
Very much so true. Mm-hmm. Yes, we can sit here and bash the man all day. That's a given.
That's a given.
Like, that's a given. We gonna get on them. They gonna get it. We know that. But we're talking about the woman in the situation.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. These women, again, it goes back to knowing your place. And even, I don't care if you, the cousin, the friend, or whatever. Yes, it's absolutely about knowing your place, but it's also about, again, having those boundaries. Because what if it was you?
Right.
You have to place yourself in other people's position. Because my thing is this, and with my situation, don't play in my face. And this is talking about this friend. And I'm only saying this because at the end of the day, we're not here to bash anybody, but this is what we really go. This is what's going on. You know, at the end of the day, if you call yourself a homie, homegirl, a friend of mine, I don't care what it is. If something is disrespectful, and if you purposely disrespect me, I have an issue with that. Because I feel like a lot of times people know what they be doing. Mm-hmm. And they purposely want to piss you off. Mm-hmm. They purposely want you to feel some type of way. And you can tell them till you blue in the face what your actual issue is. Yeah. And they will make it about everything so that they won't hold themselves accountable.
That's another thing. There's no accountability. You guys don't hold yourself accountable. I'm going to show out, act out, say what I want, say what I said, and I'm going to hold myself accountable.
You have,
stand 10 toes. But y'all don't be holding yourselves accountable, and I have a real problem with that.
Yes. It's the accountability. And then don't try to, see, this is the thing, you know, I think people feel like because you express yourself, men do it, women do it, because you express yourself that you just angry.
Right.
No, I'm telling you how what you did made me feel.
Right.
I had a problem with how you moved in this situation.
Yeah.
So if I express that to you and you call yourself my friend, then I expect a certain level of respect, accountability, and a certain level of, okay, well, even if you don't understand, which half the time they do, they know, because again, if you was in a situation, you would, you know what I'm saying? I expect a level of just honesty. I can respect somebody who say, you know what, dog, you know what, my bad.
Right.
You know what, I ain't even look at that way. You know what, I didn't even think about that. You know what, I didn't even, you was nowhere on my mind when I did that. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I can at least respect that because you acknowledge how what you did made me feel.
Right.
Because if I took the time to, and you don't have to, nobody has to do anything. Right. No. But if you call yourself my friend and you place yourself in that position because you had an expectation for me, I automatically have an expectation for you.
Right.
And that even goes into co-parenting. That even goes into, listen, we got these kids.
Yeah.
We got to figure this out. I expect you to treat me with respect and vice versa. But people like to play in your face and then want to act like you crazy because you react a certain kind of way. It don't work like that.
Yeah, because people have normalized the term like toxic. So it's like if you feel a way about anything, you're toxic. If
It's
you
like,
have an
what?
opinion, if your feelings get hurt, God forbid you hurt my feelings.
Oh God,
you're toxic. If you speak on something that you don't like, you're toxic. And it's like we're dehumanized now. It's like
Wait,
now
what?
if we have anything to say about anything or any regard,
we're toxic.
And we need to go to therapy and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And it's like
I was going anyways.
right, I was going to go to therapy.
But you
Therapy
actually
anyways.
need it, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. That's not a bad thing. We've said it often on this podcast. Therapy is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Therapy is something we all need. It's a lot of stuff that we're all healing from.
Right.
But at least we can stand in that. You know what I mean? We know what our issues are. We know where our trauma come from. We know where our hurt lies. We know all these things.
Yeah.
So we're not oblivious to that. It's things that we are still working through and dealing with. We all are. But that don't have nothing to do with if I'm bringing an issue directly to you. That shouldn't have anything to do with anything.
Right.
That's
a gateway though. That's just a gateway for just not having to hold yourself accountable for like making somebody feel away or
That's crazy.
having a negative impact on somebody, like calling them toxic or
Like,
you know, basically saying like what you're feeling is just insanity.
Yeah.
And you need to go get
like,
help. Like that's just another way of just not holding themselves accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And not wanting to deal with it. Like people just don't want to deal with how they make other people feel, and that's crazy to me.
Because they're so used to being a victim all of their life.
Right.
And a lot of times people do things, men do it, women do it. A lot of times people do things to, again, intentionally, like you were saying, intentionally make you feel away. And that's the thing. When I know it's intentional, even from the get-go, it's not about you doing what you did. Right. It's about what you didn't do.
Yeah.
While you did doing what you did. Because I could care less about, because I'm never the person that's going to feel away, especially when I've already peeped that I know you want me to feel away. Right. Even before I had an issue with what you did, you always wanted me to feel away anyway.
Yeah.
But when you did what you did, and because I'm honest about my feelings, and if you gonna be around, because I'm at a space where I'm tired of being like, okay, well, I'm gonna just play it how it go. I'm gonna just fall back. I'm gonna let them play themselves out, or I'm gonna wait. No, I'm finna start speaking up for me.
Right.
I'm gonna let you know how I feel. Whatever you do with that information, that's on you. I don't have to deal with you after that. But once I tell you how I feel, and then you try to make it what it's not, you're making it about everything else but what it is, which is, dang, dog, you could have at least, like, you know, gave me that same respect.
That's fine. I've been the crazy whatever for God knows how long. So one thing I'm gonna not do is stop speaking on how I feel.
You can't.
I'm gonna just keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep leaving you with a prayer at the end. I'm gonna cuss you out, and I'm gonna tell you God bless you at the end of my message because I'm gonna pray for you. But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna always say how I feel about whatever it is I'm feeling because we hold in enough.
Yeah.
You know, at least for myself, I keep a lot to myself. I hold in a lot. But one thing, I'm not going to have somebody blatantly disrespect me to my face. No. And think they can play with me because I will set boundaries. I don't care if we got kids or we don't have kids.
It is.
I'll go straight no contact and don't respond to nothing you say and have a third party talking to you. Like, I will, girl.
Because
that's where I'm at
and that's the thing, though. Because it's best that, and see, that's the thing. A lot of times when you do try to talk certain situations out, you really try to avoid taking it there. Mm-hmm. And in my situation, that's what I did because it was best that I gave some time to this situation before I made it a conversation because I don't know how I would have reacted because what if I would have popped up
right
and you would have said something slick or whatever the case, then everybody, you never know. Right? So sometimes it's best to have that conversation, but some people you just cannot amicably have a conversation with because they instantly want to get offended and they instantly want to be the victim, and it's no, you're tripping.
Right.
You're the one that's tripping. It's like, no, boo, you're mad because I called you out on it.
Right.
And that's just how narcissistic, manipulative people are.
Right.
They always want to be the victim in situations. And, you know, it's just one of those things. Yeah, I can leave you where you are, but you're going to know how I feel before I do.
Right.
Sometimes that's warranted. Sometimes that's not. But in my case, it was very much so warranted because you was already cut.
Yeah.
It was the purpose of, no, let me let you know because I'm a real one. I'm going to let you know I ain't appreciate that. We don't got nothing else to say, but just know I ain't appreciate that. And this. You reacted the way that you want to react. People do that all the time. That's fine. Long as I got out what I needed to say.
Right.
But then don't go playing in my face some more. Because then it's like, I don't know when I see you.
Right. Hello. I'm trying to tell you. I done came a long way because I be busting out windows and
I
yank people out the car and
I don't. You might
punching niggas in the face.
Somebody could come up out of a bag. I don't know, but I'm not speaking that. You know, like I said, we're the point in the conversation is, you know, you do have to speak up for yourself. You do, but you shouldn't have to argue with people about how you feel.
Right.
You really shouldn't. It shouldn't even be no long, drawn-out conversation. I think we all need to grow up. But if you are the type of person that if I come to you, just like how you said with your baby dad, you know, if I'm coming to you about these kids, why are you making it an argument? Right. And why do you refer me telling you how I feel as an argument? Why does it have to be that? It's not that. I'm telling you how I feel. You make it an argument because you got offended and I called you out on something and or you got offended because you don't like what I said.
Right.
But as a mother, a woman, a friend, a wife, a sister, I don't care what you are, as women, we know, listen, if I feel a way, for the most part, at least us, we're going to say it. I'm going to let you know. You don't have to respect it.
I just boiled down.
But you're going to respect me at the end of the day.
Right.
Period.
Hello. At the end of the day, I guess it's just like, not I guess, at the end of the day, I'm going to hold everybody accountable too, because I get held accountable for everything I do.
Come on.
When I make a mistake as a parent, as a friend, whatever, I get held accountable for it. When I don't do something, my kids hold me accountable for it. So I'm going to hold any and everybody accountable for how they make me feel. And I'm gonna start making people stand on that shit. Like anything you say, you gonna stand on that. Oh, okay. You hate me on this? Okay, stand on that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna continue to let people play in my face and just make me feel like you know,
crazy.
Or like the world just better off. Like I'm just this, person. At the end of the day, it's like y'all can stand on that shit. That's just how
and they have to.
Y'all can stand on that shit.
And see, that's the thing again, like she said earlier. Right now, we might feel how we feel right now. Yeah. This too shall pass. We might not be in our best energy. We might have an attitude right now. This might come off aggressive to some of y'all. This might come off whatever kind of way, then that's okay.
Right.
That's fine.
Bear with me.
Bear with me. This gonna come off however it need to come off. Right. That's cool. But again, it's just about being careful with the energy and what energy you put out there to other people. Yeah. Because then you'll find yourself in certain situations. It's all about having compassion for other people. It's all about sometimes removing yourself out of a situation, putting yourself in their situation, and just being a human being, and off the strength of just being a person, just sitting in that and saying, if this was me, I definitely would have felt some kind of way. Or if this was me, I would have felt some type of way about my kids if I had kids, or whatever the case, whatever it is that relates to you. But it's about just putting yourself in other people's shoes and situation to see how you would react. Because it's so easy. It's so easy to blame the other person.
It's always easy to blame the other person.
It's always easy. But that's the thing. In my situation, listen, I dealt with the situation at hand. You know what I mean? I go to the source. The source is the person that can put you in a situation. You deal with that head on. But then when you got outside forces that come and add to knowing you've already dealt with the source, but then you want to be another source to add to, it's like, no. Because now you knew better.
Right.
So I just feel like in this moment, it's about accountability. I think that's what we need right now. And then too, like we said, we not perfect. We ain't never said we was.
Don't want to be.
Please. But we are people with real feelings, with real life stuff going on. And we love our children. We love our family. We love the people in our life. And we love them wholeheartedly. And we protect that at all costs, especially about your kids.
Exactly. About my kids.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like, do unto others as you want done unto you. I don't care what the situation is.
Yeah.
That's really what it boils down to.
Because like I said, it can always be you.
Always. People like to throw the, oh, well, I want to, and it's always the, I want to stay mutual in a situation type of people. Mm-hmm. Well, being mutual isn't you showing one person that you totally disregarded how they feel by even making a certain move or whatever the case is. What about that person? You only cared about however it was that what you wanted to do because you were so in yourself. And that's what I'm saying. I try to always be careful. I try to always be careful to move a certain way. And it's like, I'm the type of person, listen, that's just like with your situation. Mm-hmm. I'm not finna be like, okay, well, you're not finna sit here and tell me all of what you tell me. And then I'll be like, next news, you see me, you like, dang, sure, I ain't know you. You and my baby daddy wife was cool, or I ain't know you and, you know what I mean? And then I just be like, well, I don't have nothing to do with that. You can respect that part.
Right.
That's cool. But you could have
let me know.
Because
you don't want to be caught in the crossfire when I lay hands out.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It goes back to your point, knowing your place. Yes, but with knowing your place, you have to know your place.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
So we said all that to say, we human. And if anybody's going through a situation where you feel like you're not being heard, or you feel like you're having to over explain because they don't want to get it. Mm-hmm. They want to make you be the problem because that's how they want to view you. You can't let people push their stuff off on you. Because that's what I had to recognize with my situation as of recently. I recognized that you actually was trying to hurt me as a friend.
Right.
You was trying to do that before I told you how I felt about something. You intentionally wanted to do that. And that's okay, because I left you with a, you know what, you got it, God bless you. At the end of the day. Because one thing about it, we all have to be careful how we treat people, like she said. And that's just like with your situation. You expressing yourself, he want to call you out. Okay, well, no, that's really how you feel about yourself. Because see, the truth started coming out. Seek therapy. No, you need it. Right. You're actually the one that needs it, but you want to push it off on me. That's really what it be.
Oh, you mad and you bitter.
Like, bitter? It's not. You're so angry. Actually, yes, I am.
Yeah. I am very angry.
I'm very angry. Yeah. We can admit that.
And I think that people, they think that when you separate from somebody, or you guys are co-parenting, or you guys got kids, whatever, that you can't house a certain resentment. And sometimes you do. Sometimes you damn do. That's just where I'm at with it. Because it's like, after you try to be cool with somebody so much, I don't like your ass. That's just where I'm at with it. I can't wait for my kids to turn 18. Right. And I don't have to deal with this because it's a headache. It's a headache, and I'm tired of dealing with it. That's where I'm at with it, honestly.
I just feel like everybody needs to stick to the facts. Mm-hmm. If I'm talking to you, it's about you. It's not about this issue. It ain't about that issue. It's about what you did. Mm-hmm. You can deal with the main issue. You've probably already dealt with it. That's cool. But if I'm coming to you, it's about you and you only. Let's keep it at that.
Right.
Let's stick to the facts. So this episode really, we venting a little bit. But we also showing y'all that we're real people with real emotions and we go through things for real.
Right.
It's a lot more we both could say. We really could lay a lot of things out, but it's a time and a place for everything.
Right.
And one thing
gotta
about
tune
it,
in the next episode.
maybe.
Y'all gotta tune into the next episode. Let me stop.
But you're gonna always be somehow with a victim mindset. You will always be the villain and somebody who's a victim and have a victim mindset. You're gonna always be the villain. Right. And I'm just at a place. I had to come to a place of peace to know that no matter what I said, this person understood exactly what I meant. Just like your boy, that dude, he understood how you felt.
Yeah. And
sometimes you just got to be the villain because that's what people want to view you as anyway.
Right.
And that's okay. I be that. But about my feelings, about my respect from anybody, my man, especially people around me, especially if you're gonna be in my space, about my respect. Oh yes, I'm gonna let you know.
Right.
And you're gonna feel me. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna deal with every issue at hand with whomever at hand. But when I'm speaking to you, don't try to go around and make it about everything else. No. Because if I was honest about my feelings, that's just what it is. If she was honest about her feelings, that's just what it was. So, listen, y'all. Be honest with people about how you feel. Continue to be honest. Continue to hold them accountable. If they don't want to receive that, that's okay. As long as you got your point across, they'll never admit it. And that's okay. But as long as you got your point across.
Yeah, that part.
That's all that matters. And now you could be at peace about it. And I'll be the villain. I don't care.
Right. That's just where I'm at.
I don't care.
I'm always the damn
I don't
villain
care.
anyways. Hell.
I don't care. Because I'm going to always speak up for me. So.
That part.
Y'all, I mean, this was a little aggressive towards the end.
But,
well, like we human. And, you know.
Who cares?
Some of y'all probably, if y'all feeling this wave of just.
No, there really is something. There really
is something in the air.
Because everybody I talk to right now is going through something.
Yeah.
And it's something big. It's
yes.
a breakup. It's like,
it's crazy.
You know, losing my house, like losing my car. It's it's major stuff.
It's
like
a lot going on.
Going through a divorce. Like I'm in a custody battle. I'm like, what the hell?
It's something in the air.
Yeah.
But look, we just here to put it on the table, put it on the floor. Ain't that's what Lotto say?
Right.
Put it on the floor. And we ain't even really sat it on the floor. Right. But you know.
I put it down on the floor.
Put it down. And so at the end of the day, y'all, we just keeping it real. Like, that's it. And I know y'all, some of y'all might be a little confused, like, okay, wait, what?
Right.
But read between the lines.
Well, you ain't gotta be confused with mine. I look.
Well, see, I'm with my situation. It's to the point to where it's because then it'll get to the point where I do say the names and just lay out the foundation. And
that's fine. People don't need to know the names to get the picture because they're more than likely watching it anyway.
Yeah, like then it's just gonna get into all of that, and it's uncalled for. But just know when people wrong me, I don't care how the situation started. When you personally wrong me, I'm gonna let you know. Mm-hmm. You don't have to like it. You ain't got to respect it, but I'm still going to let you know.
Right.
I'm going to let you know how it made me feel.
That part.
And what you do with that information is on you. But how you move after that and how I move after that is on me. Be careful with me.
Right. Exactly. But y'all, we appreciate y'all tuning in as always.
As always. And, maybe the next episode, y'all I don't know, because we're a little something on this episode. We should have had Red in the background this time.
No, but it's just honestly, that's what it is. Because it's like, we can't get on here and advocate for other people. We bring guests on, we have guests who are vulnerable. They might share their experiences. They might share, personal things that's going on. And we can't always be so opposed to speaking on certain events that are taking place in our life. And, me and her even said, like, yes, when we come on to the podcast, we obviously have certain things in mind, certain points that we want to get across to you guys, certain things that we want to leave y'all with. That's the goal, right? but we also said we'll scrap everything if we're just not in a place to go there. Yeah. Like, I'd rather get on here and be honest than get on here and be fake. Period. Because it's never that serious. Like, this is something that we do to be impactful to others.
Absolutely.
This is not a job interview. This is not somewhere where I have to be completely polished, and that just genuinely defeats the purpose of the podcast. So yeah, that's just where we at. Like, this week we struggling, y'all. So.
Yeah, it was a long week. It was an interesting week. Like I said, it was an eye-opening week, and for both of us. And I would just say, like I said, you know, I had intentions on wrapping up the show with something very positive and something very great to say, because we don't never like to come off again like we dump it. But look, I don't have nothing.
Yeah.
We don't got nothing. We ain't got it. We're just not in that space. And that's just being honest. We don't have anything because we're not feeling
100%
far as like, because some situations really take you aback, and it's just like, it's not even the fact that you're surprised. It's just more so like, okay, cool.
Right.
Let me just, you know, keep on with my week.
Right. And figure it out
from there. But for me, there ain't nothing else to figure out, because the door is closed.
Yeah. Lucky you.
The door is closed.
Lucky you. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Yes. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything? Any announcements? Anything you need to
stand up for yourself?
Okay. Yes.
Stand up for yourself. Advocate for yourself at all times. And people don't care about your feelings. You give what you get.
Right.
If they don't care, what do you care for? Allow people to build that with you.
Right. Yeah.
And don't be tricked. Don't be tricked. Just saying.
This girl dumb.
I can say something, but I'm going to leave it alone.
Right. We're going to wrap this up, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes. See y'all until next time.
Episode.